going on, guys? It's your boy Josh from Lit Wheels. It's been kind of a while that we haven't been through here, so kind of glad to be able to be here with you guys this beautiful morning. Hope everybody's having a blessed weekend, a blessed time. Prayers to everybody and their families out there on whatever they're going through, whether it's good, bad. We pray that, you know, the Heavenly Father brings joy upon all of you in all whatever situations or circumstances you're going through. So anyways, yeah, the whole purpose of this little short clip video is just to let you guys know that on Tuesday, with Lit Wheels at Whatnot, we will be having one of our shows on Tuesday night at 6:45, where I'm going to be running some pieces there that will be good Father's Day pieces. Like if you have your husband that's collecting, or your daddy, your grandfather, your whatever you want to call that's a daddy out there, your uncles that love collecting and stuff like that. Yeah, there's going to be some nice pieces that are going to be put out there for you guys to buy for Father's Day. I know that, you know, Hot Wheels is not really something that at least I've known in the past that it would be that was a good gift, but ever since I started collecting, yes, I would love a Hot Wheel for Father's Day. So if you're watching, any of my kids are watching, yes, I would love a Hot Wheel. Don't worry about what I got, what I don't have. There's nothing more genuine than a gift, you know, coming from a loved one. So regardless if I have it or not, I still have a lot of pieces here that some of my family members have given me that I've had in the collection, and I hold on to theirs and get rid of mine. So it's not, no pun intended, it's not gonna get lost. So anyways, yeah, the reason why I'm doing this video is because, yeah, we're gonna be running some super treasure hunts. Now, for those of you that are new or don't know, super treasure hunts is like the hardest pieces to get when you're collecting. So they're really hard to like hunt down. I mean, yes, unless you're one of these guys that spends 24/7 either looking for them every day, you don't work, you spend the whole day, the whole night looking for them, your chances will go up. Some of these guys already know how to deal with some store employees. They have all these methods that they use. I've seen it all, but it's not about them. It's about Lit Wheels selling his super treasure hunts to you guys on Tuesday afternoon. So yeah, come on through, check them out. Like I said, it's an amazing gift for anybody that wants to start a collection. Some guys have huge collections. Some guys might have the type of car that they drive collection. Some guys might have a small little collection of just JDM or American Muscle or European cars. It doesn't matter. These pieces, they do bring, you know, they're a nice thing to have around the house, around the office, or your garage, or whatever the case may be. So some of the pieces that we're going to be running, I'm just going to go real quick through them. It's going to be the Super Treasure Hunt Mazda 787, beautiful piece right there. They're all going to be sold with the blisters, so in case you're coming through. Another beautiful piece is going to be the Ford Escort RS. Beautiful piece. And yes, we're gonna low start these things so low that you're gonna be able to have a nice piece and not pay the crazy prices. You can't expect to get it for the dollar that these guys or myself have gotten them, because these are exclusive pieces. If you do your research in the Hot Wheel realm on diecast, super treasure hunts they're really not as easy to get, like I said, unless you really evolve yourself. And even like that, you know, it's still a hard thing to get. You know, it doesn't just come. I mean, in other words, it takes a lot of time and money to get these, to find these, you know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. So it's not, you know, you might go to Hot Wheels, to a Walmart, and you say, oh my God, these little cars are only $1.19. Well, these pieces, they kind of tend to hold on to their values. You can still see old super treasure hunts that get sold nowadays, that they still, you know, I got some old super treasure hunts, for example, to those of you that don't know, you know, that been around. This one, for example, has been around since 2017. And you could use different sources to try to see what prices they're going for. Something like this is pretty much going up anywhere upwards of $130 and up. Yes, the guy paid $1 for it when he found it back in 2017, but I wasn't gonna find this. I couldn't find this. I needed it in the collection. They become more elite, exclusive pieces in your collection, so I had to pay, you know, these things like this. This one, I believe I traded an Optimus Prime for it that I paid $80 for. and they gave me this one in a Nissan Skyline that came, that's also a Super Treasure Hunt, which is the Super Treasure Hunt to this car right here. So I ended up, for these two, I ended up trading my Optimus Prime, so I can barely say I paid $80 for the car that the guy paid $1. If I wouldn't have had that Optimus Prime, then the guy could have been saying, look, $130, $140. So just to give you an idea, Whatnot, however, some people try to sell it for the price that it's out there, that eBay is trying to promote, or there's some other source away. Others will do, depending the size of the company that's selling, they will do what they will call the dollar starts. What's the dollar starts? They can do that. Why? Because in their show, you got over 100 people that come in. So there's going to be 100 auctioneer bidders there that will take that chance and trying to sell it for the dollar that they pay for. And they know that it's not going to sell for the dollar. So for example, if I'm in Whatnot show, one of these bigger shows that you're going to see on the top of Whatnot, how many bidders are there, if there's 20, 30, 40, 50 bidders, then you know that a car like this can easily get anywhere up from $70 to $130, $140. It can happen. It's an auction at the end of the day. So when you have that amount of people, yes, you could do that. Smaller guys, on the other hand, I'm not going to take a chance like that, because maybe if I get like 20 or 30 people on my show, out of those 20 or 30, maybe a good 3% of them are going to be the bidders. Maybe that's going to be 3 or 4 guys. So if I dollar start something like this, they will definitely love to take it for $5 or $6 or maybe $10. So I will not take that chance on a piece that I know that is very exclusive and that is not going to sell for that kind of money. So I try to make sure that I, you know, at least get it. If, let's say, for example, if I was to run this at Whatnot, I'm going to give you an idea. If I don't want to sell it, I'm going to tell you I want the full price, $180 or $200. If I do want to sell it, then I'm going to start it probably like at $80. Now, here's where it's at. If you say $80, damn, that's a lot. Well, then, if to the guy out there that wants this piece, because that's the other thing, it depends on who wants this car right here. This is a Porsche 911, 934 and a half, Super Treasure Hunt. Maybe this guy has Porsches in his garage or whatnot. So to him, that car is very important. So then he will be that one bidder. And if there's 2 or 3 in there like him, they're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be bidding against him. You understand? To see who takes that. Everything is on who really wants that piece and if that's what they're looking for. I had myself in situations where I had to make bids on things that I'm definitely eyeing in, and I need to get that in my collection. And I'm willing to understand that if I have to pay extra for it, then I'm going to do it, because I know that once it gets out there to try to grab it, it's going to be a hard piece to get. Then comes the other factor. Is that going to be a piece that's going to hold its value? Is that going to be a piece that's going to go up in value? Well, we cannot predict the future. Some pieces have been very well in the game to hold on to their pieces and still keep on moving on up, while others have, have dropped. One example of that is this is a good example. When we look at the Roxy, right? At the Roxy, a very solid piece. Ever since this came out, the piece has gone gradually from like 130 to the 200s to the 240s. Some people have them for like 260, others have them for like 300. But it's a piece that hasn't shown too much depreciation. It's still fairly new. Will it depreciate? We don't know. But as now, the hype has kept it right there. I believe that the hype on it has slowed down some. And it's kind of gradually around the 200s. Some people, have gotten them for like 190, 180, but it's still sitting up there, anywhere between 250 to 180 to 250. It still dances with that number. Now, if you're a collector and you have other pieces, like for example, I will come at this person with some exclusive pieces. Like I said, maybe I have like pieces like this that they go for like anywhere, like I told you, from 130 to 200. Pieces like this that go anywhere from like 130 to 200. Now I put these two together and I trade it for that upper end Roxy. Then yes, that deal can go, and then that monetary value depends on how much I got these for. Like I said, I got this for 80. You understand what I'm saying? This one I got it from a friend of mine's that we paid a couple dollars for it. So you know, it all depends on the value. If you were lucky enough to get them, you know, red line collection is very good. Sometimes they throw pieces there that collectors want that sells out. You can use that to try to trade. I mean, it's a group of all kinds of things. When you got guys out there bragging that, oh, I got it for cheaper than you, blah blah blah. Listen, in this game, you're gonna have good deals, regular deals, bad deals. At the end, it's only gonna affect how you feel about your deal. Sometimes I can overspend more for a piece than somebody else that got it. Is that reasonings for me to get upset? No, that I was willing to pay it, and I was blessed enough to have the money to do it. You know, as long as you don't leave your bills not paid, as long as you're not taking money from your kid's mouth or stuff like that, and you got you're blessed to be able to do things like that because you are a collector and you're willing to put it in your collection, then hey, there's no more power to you. There's nobody that can judge you on that. There was a YouTuber that always used to say, it's worth what you're willing to pay. So, you know, don't let, you know, in this game, I've noticed that some people get like a pride of, oh yeah, I got what you got and I got it for way cheaper. But, you know, they wasted a whole 5 or 6 or 7 months trying to manipulate 100 different mentalities to try to get what they want. So at the end of the day, we both did the one thing. The only difference between you and I was, and that person was that, you know, I had the money and I did it. Okay, you had the money too, but you wanted to go different routes. That's fine. I respect that. The important thing is that at the end of the day, that piece is sitting in your collection. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. So that's why I never say that a collection is better than another or this is better than that. No, because I believe that every collector has a respectable collection in their collection. Everybody has something there that somebody would say, damn, that's nice. And even if it's the same one that I got, if I go to another house, I love when I see Roxy's everywhere else. Yo, that's cool. We got that. You know what I'm saying? We did that. It's a nice thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's basically how this kind of works when you're bidding. So don't, you know, some people won't understand it. If you're a person that is very conservative on how you spend your money, then this ain't the hobby for you, because you know you're gonna try to come in and yes, you might get it one way or the other here and there, but your level of collecting is gonna take longer. You understand what I'm saying? If you get the pieces that you're trying to get for the pieces, you know, because there's no way you're gonna come there and tell me, you know, let me get a Roxy for $100. Anybody in this show that owns a Roxy, anybody that sees this that owns a Roxy will not give you a Roxy for $25 or $30. It's just impossible. It's not gonna happen if they know, or if they're good-hearted and they love you and Father's Day is coming up and they give it to you for free. Hey, then you can say, look, they didn't pay nothing and I got it for free. Anything can happen in this hobby, guys. Anything can happen at any given thing, and that's something that we should keep personal and just say, you know what, I got it. It's not to go around and guess what, you know, we strive on that. And I got a lot of YouTubers love to make these YouTubes where they go right to the store and they flash in your face, I got it for $1, you know. And then you want to try to sell it to a person for $100. You know, you're kind of sickening on your own yard. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying to be like PG. I didn't want to say it any other way. But if he who knows, knows. That's all I got to say about that. So anyways, yes, like I said, we're going to be having the Escort, the Mazda. We're going to be running the Camaro. Beautiful 68 Copo Camaro with the Arts Edition. This car is a very beautiful car. Like I'm really having second thoughts on it if I want to sell it or not. I'm not decided, but yes, it might be there. Also, we're gonna have the beautiful El Camino. And remember, guys, like I said, all of these are super treasure hunts. They're gonna be coming on the blister. Super treasure hunts, not main lines. These are super treasure hunts. For those of you that, like I said, do not know what a super treasure hunt is, there's what you call dubs. The dubs are the regular ones. Like, for example, right here, this is a regular Civic, and then you look at the super treasure hunt. They both look kind of alike, but when you look at this one, it's gonna have rubber wheels. On the bottom of the card is gonna have like a little shield right there that's gonna tell you this is a super treasure hunt. And somewhere in the car, you're gonna have the letters TH on it. And sometimes the colors are, it's kind of hard to see it on this one in the video because there's a video, but sometimes the colors are Spectraflame. You could literally see the differences on those colors. Let me see if I can get an example, a better example. And I got one right here, the same car that I showed you earlier. Like for example, this is the Dove of that Porsche that I was telling you, right? And that's the Super Treasure Hunt. If you look, you can see the difference on the colors. Same car, on the top of the car, most of the time, you're gonna see that there's a number on it up here. It's gonna match that same number. It's gonna say it's the same car. But when you really look at it, you can see that the letter TH right down here on the bottom right there, the letter TH is gonna have the rubber wheels. There's a little bit more attention to detail on that car, and Mattel makes it more exclusive to tell you this is a Super Treasure Hunt, this is a regular mainline. And most of these cars that I just showed you guys, that's what they are, the super off that variant. So like I said, it's a nice pieces to have on the collection. They're gonna be running for a good price. They're gonna be running for a very, very good price. So yes, like I said, we got the El Camino. We're gonna be running the Nissan 180 SX. We're gonna be running the Camaro, Super Treasure Hunt 2018 Camaro. Another one that is very amazing piece that I had an uncle that really had this car in real life. My Uncle Tommy, may he rest in peace. My homeboy for life. Yeah, the Superbird, I mean the Firebird. This piece right here is a very beautiful piece. This casting is very superb, and as you can see, all the castings that I'm putting up, they're real nice. They're not fantasy cars. They're real licensed kind of cars. You understand what I'm saying? For those of you that like the exotics, we're gonna go with the Lamborghini. We're gonna go with the Mercedes. Beautiful piece right there. I mean, this is a must-have on a collection. These pieces are must-have in collections. And the superstar of that show is gonna be the beautiful Silverado Super Treasure Hunt. Yes, guys. There's gonna be other cars involved in there. We're gonna be throwing other chases. We have the Ferraris. We have the Transporters. We have special cars that we're gonna be running through that day. It's gonna be a good show. I'm very stoked up about it because these are the kind of shows that, you know, like I said, there's gonna be the pieces there that you want in your collection. Pieces that, you know, they're real hard for you to find. If you're a collector, you know. If you're a person that is not a collector and does not know nothing about Hot Wheels and you're going through there, then yes, they're gonna be nice pieces that you can buy. That is a nice gift for Father's Day. So yeah, it's pretty much a Father's Day gift type of day. So like I said, check out your boy on Tuesday at 6:45, Lit Wheels. And yeah, we're gonna be throwing some heat. So where you get the steals and the deals, you understand? Steals and the deals is what we're gonna go look for there. So very excited to see you guys there. Come through. For those of you that will not have access to the show, and you see me on my regular pages through Facebook, Instagram, and you go into my Instagram and all of that, you want to DM me. If you want to try to buy it before they get to the show, we can work out a deal. That's not a problem. We can work that out too. We can make that especially happen. That's not a problem. I like to use the platform for of Whatnot. For the people that don't know me, you know, it's kind of hard to say I'm going to pay you something and I don't know who you are. Well, Whatnot secures you and it secures me, and our transaction go perfectly fine. You know, we, by the grace of God, have been well enough already into the Whatnot where you can look it up. You know, we got plenty of sales. My rating on Whatnot is 5%. It's, you know, I'm pretty much a first day shipper. I try to ship it to you the next day as soon as possible. We get on it, we work on it, and we ship it to you so that you can have your product as soon as possible. So yeah, check me out, Lit Wheels at Whatnot. Love you guys. To all my followers on YouTube, thank you. I know I haven't done a couple of videos lately. It's been kind of busy with work, with some, you know, health wise with, you know, with my parents. I've been working a little bit with them, so I haven't had too much time to really done a lot. So this is a chance that I'm getting, and you know, trying to make it happen. So to my subscriber, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being there for me. Like I said, we're still trying to go after the 500. We get there when we get there. I'm not begging anybody to swipe. I'm not begging anybody to subscribe. The content that I put is pretty much on my collection, what I receive, what I put. If I have a little bit of information that, you know, don't off the record, don't take me on it, because sometimes I'll say something and I might know, you know, but I'll try to give you an idea of what's going on. But definitely thank you for my subscribers. For those of you that like what you see, hit like, thank you. For those of you that are just scrolling through, oh, there goes that crazy guy again, thank you. God bless each and every single one of you. If you're in the South Florida area, be safe. The weather's kind of rough out there today. There's a lot of rain, a lot of stuff going on, but you guys already know how it is, man. Lit Wheels, love you guys. Peace.